This is Charlie from Anthrax and Homer, and you're watching Hard Rock Haven.
All right. Well, we've got Charlie Benante
Hi.
of Anthrax. Thanks for doing this.
I'm having a big fun today.
Yeah, we're in Big Fun, the toy store here. I know you're a big toy fan. What are your big ones that you collect? Is there any series or
Simpsons stuff.
Simpsons?
I used to collect the Star Wars stuff. Recently, I got back into a lot of the Rogue One things and the last movie that was out, which I can't remember.
Force Awakens.
Force Awakens.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah. Other things, Nightmare Before Christmas stuff. I dabble in this and that.
What did you start with? What did a young Charlie first start collecting?
Well, my sisters were Beatle fans, and they had a lot of Beatle stuff, Beatle games and things like that. So I don't think it was collecting anything. You just wanted it. You had to have it. And then at some point, it became collecting. You know, a lot of the '60s stuff became very, hard to find, and the '70s stuff. I remember Evel Knievel being a big one when I was younger.
And I know you're an artist as well, and you've done some toy design before, right? Or just
yeah, for Japanese companies, and then I did a thing for Disney where I designed these Mickey Mouse figures, but I did them in like a mummy, like a kind of beat up mummy.
Very nice.
That was fun.
Is that something that you've ever thought about doing? Obviously, you've got your day job with Anthrax, but the art aspect, I know you're an excellent artist.
Absolutely. Yeah. Usually I incorporated it with the Anthrax stuff. Like, we just released this box set, and so I designed all the singles and the colored vinyl and the packaging and stuff and things like that.
Nice segue there. I was just about to mention that. It's a limited edition box set, right?
Yeah, but most of them are colored. But then if you could find just the black vinyl ones, that's the hardest one to get. Yeah.
Okay. You mentioned the covers, and I know that you did a couple musical covers, White Stripes and Kansas on there. Do you guys like incorporating the band's own artwork? Because I love the Leftoverture parody and everything.
It's very. I always think of it as like kind of clever, things like that. It's like, well, of course you would kind of use some of their imagery and just kind of do a mashup of it, which is it's fun. It goes back to the days of Iron Maiden.
How did you guys select those songs? Because White Stripes is an interesting choice.
I picked the White Stripes one, and then the other one was basically a collective effort. I used to play that song when I was in bands when I was like 15, 16 years old. And Joey's a big Kansas fan, and then Scott and I, when we did some of the SOD shows years ago, we would always fool around with the riff from Kansas. And then at Anthrax sound checks, we would play little parts of it too. So it was always something that was rumbling, but we never actually recorded it. So when we did the second batch of songs for All Kings, meaning the second batch of recording, that was one of them that we threw in
Gotcha.
there.
Do you? Is there going to be a second volume of your covers EP thing?
Not as of right now.
No, okay.
I think we're gonna maybe start to think about a new album at some point. I joke there's going to be a Go-Go's cover album. It's going to be called For All Queens, but we're not doing that anymore.
That'd be the limited edition.
That would be very limited.
Well, you guys are out on the Killthrax tour. This is the second date, so it just started. You've got Kill Switch, obviously, and the Devil Wears Prada, and Josta for a few days.
Josta's for a few days, which I love him. He's always a very entertaining person. We go back a long time.
Well, what do you think of that tour package? Have you ever worked with Kill Switch? Devil Wears Prada
Kill
before?
Switch did a tour with us in Japan and Australia. And funny story about that is they were playing 2 new songs from their upcoming album, which was The End of Heartache. And I'd be sitting in the dressing room warming up and listening. What's this song? And I don't know this song. And I just remember it just, stuck in my brain. And then the next day I'm like, what's that song? Oh, that's going to be from our upcoming record. And I'm like, that song's awesome. And I remember getting it and thinking that this is a fucking great album, So that was The End of Heartache.
They're a great name and a great name for a tour. Killthrax.
Killthrax,
Yeah,
yeah.
absolutely.
And people have to understand that this is a headlining tour. So we're just flip-flopping shows. Like we'll close tonight, they'll close tomorrow. So we still do the same amount of time, and we're still fooling around with the set. Because I read some thread just a little while ago that pissed me off. And you know, the thing that pisses me off the most is like we'll do a poll. What songs do you want to hear? Guess what comes out number one all the time is Madhouse. And it's all the songs that we have to play, but people get pissed off. Oh, I wanted to hear them do some deep cut, and it's like it's probably not going to happen on this tour.
Yeah. Lone Justice.
And we've done that for him. We pulled it out in Europe. We just got finished playing a 2.5-hour set in Europe. So for us, we just want to kind of play some fun songs that people want to hear. But we probably will change it up here and there, you know. So I hate that shit, man. They just cry babies.
No, you can't
Like
please
you wouldn't
everybody.
come to see the band because they didn't play 1 or 2 songs. That doesn't make sense to me. So if I go see a band like U2 and oh, here's you know, with or without you. Oh, I hate this band. It's like it just doesn't make sense to me.
Like you said,
Cry
babies.
Fucking idiots.
Keyboard warriors.
Idiots. And that's their thing. Oh, I have a computer. I'm going to tell the world how I feel. So I should go down to their house and be like, you eating that again? Didn't you eat that yesterday? You're an idiot. You know, stuff like that. It just makes me mad.
We talk about your toy collecting, and I know you're a big vinyl collector as well.
I
Big,
love vinyl.
big fan of vinyl. What are some gems in your collection? If you have a house fire, what would you run for?
A really cool Twin Peaks record that just came out, which I'm very happy about because Justin turned me on to that. Just things here and there that I just love. Like Jack White has this Third Man company, and he'll do a thing that comes out every month of just great stuff.
Oh yeah, the subscription thing.
Yeah, subscription, and I'm a part of that. And it's one of those things that you could tell that he loves doing this, and he makes it interesting and fun. So I know when something comes from them, I'm gonna open it and be like, that's fucking cool, you know? Just stuff like that. It's cool. Nobody else really will do that.
Yeah, he does really put the attention in there, and I
Oh.
know he's distributed things in like a Willy Wonka kind of way. You know, just
Absolutely.
I'm gonna put something on a balloon and
Yeah.
send it up in the
Like
it's
the
crazy.
Dead Weather album that came out like last year, the version that got through the subscription through the club, totally different. It's just beautiful. Like someone actually put glitter on it and just
I
made
remember
it.
they put autographed cards
Yep.
in those things, and
Willy Wonka.
pretty cool. Yeah. Anthrax has its own beer now. That's a
yeah,
nice
yeah.
development. War Dance. Can you talk a little bit about how that came together?
That was easy. It was just us wanting to put out a beer for like ever, and of course Iron Maiden did it years ago, and it was really good, you know. And then we met with a brewery company, and we told them what we wanted. They made some. We tasted it. It was great. We tweaked it a little bit, put the artwork for the can all together, and that was it.
Were you involved in that part? The
100%. Yeah.
Awesome.
We may have some tonight
Excellent.
for people to try.
You recently sat in with the 8G band on Seth Meyers. Is somebody on that show a metalhead or something that books those gigs? Because I know Nico was there
Yeah.
and Dave Lombardo.
I think they're all kind of closet metalheads. Been trying to do it for a long time, and then finally the schedule worked out so I could do it. And probably one of the best weeks of my life was doing that. I had so much fun, and we were going to play 3 Anthrax songs, but we only ended up playing 2. One was Only, and one was Breathing Lightning. The other one was going to be I'm the Man, but we didn't do it.
They had some interesting guests that week. Kristen Bell, Jake Gyllenhaal. Were any of them cool? You get to meet any of them? No, not of one.
We stood this close, but I was just so busy because you have to learn a lot of songs. So during the day, I would show up 12:30, 1 o'clock, and me and the band would meet for rehearsal, and then we'd write songs. And when I say write songs, these are songs that you would bring the guest out or go to commercial.
Okay.
So you have a bunch of songs that you're playing, and you got to remember. And so
Last thing you're thinking about.
I was pretty busy.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, this is Jake Gyllenhaal. Shit, I got to remember these songs.
What about Seth himself?
He's awesome.
Yeah, that's cool.
He's
Very neat.
funny, and he's just a good guy.
Very neat. Then that is Fred Armisen's band, right?
It is.
Is he the drummer?
Yeah.
Okay, so when he's out,
He's back this week.
Okay,
so
gotcha.
he's out. They'll do guest drummers.
very neat, very neat.
Which is cool.
Word on the street is there's a new Anthrax live release coming soon. Any details you can share?
That was recorded in Scotland, and it'll feature both sets, the whole Among the Living and then the other set, and it's very high energy. And there's songs on there that we'd never play.
Oh, wow, nice.
Yeah,
Any idea on formats? Blu-ray, CD,
probably all that.
probably all that.
Yeah.
Across
I
the
know it
board?
was recorded in the highest, like, is it up to 5K now?
Nice.
6K? I don't know.
Whatever, K.
It's like Kerrang. I give it 6Ks.
Anything special going on for the anniversary of State of Euphoria next year?
Yeah, it's going to be a great package. I'm actually almost done putting it together. The only thing I don't have is good live stuff to go on it, but what can I do? But the bonus disc is going to have, it has demos, like actually just guitar riffs that go into a rehearsal, that go into basic tracks, that go into the real song. So
Oh, cool.
it's the evolution
The whole life of it.
of most of the songs. Yeah.
That'd be nice.
And it's funny because that's the record that we really don't like that much. But after revisiting it, I started to pick out songs. I'm like, oh yeah, this is a good song. You know, Out of Sight, Out of Mind. I like that one. Schism was another one. I think my least favorite one was probably Make Me Laugh. But Now It's Dark is on there. It's good.
Something to look forward to.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, last question here for you, Charlie. What else do you have in the pipeline? Any guest spots on anything? I know you did guitar with Metal Allegiance there.
Oh yeah,
On the record.
That was fun. What are we doing? Well, the coffee thing is going to be coming. There's going to be an announcement about that. I'm merging with Dark Matter, which is a coffee company from Chicago who are awesome, and we have a lot of things planned with that. Dave Elvison's opening up a store in Minnesota, and my coffee will be available there too.
Neat.
So that's awesome.
The big four of coffee.
Big
Or
four.
big two of coffee.
Or the
Yeah.
big two. Yeah.
Well, Charlie, thanks so much for doing this.
Thank
Pleasure
you.
talking to you again.
Thank you.